Welcome, wonderful Aries. This is your May 2022 Astro/Tarot reading. I already pre-shuffled the oracle energies for you for overall and finances part of the reading. So we're starting off with that. We're going to also clarify with some tarot and astrology cards. Later on, I'm diving into the love portion of the reading. And lastly, I'm going to answer a specific question of yours and give you guidance on that with this beautiful deck. So before we get started, let's take a minute to get grounded. So please take a deep breath and relax your body. Now imagine yourself in a big bubble of white light. Allow yourself to feel it transmuting all the negative energy into positive. Please take a deep breath and relax your body. Now imagine having big roots like a tree. Let your roots grow as deep as they can into earth. Allow yourself to feel as one with Mother Earth. Please take a deep breath and relax your body. Now feel the connection with your higher self, your angels and archangels. Allow them to help you every step of the way and set the intention now to have a beautiful month. Thank you, wonderful Aries. All right, let's dive right in. We're starting off with the boundaries card. Okay, that's clarified with the South Node and the Labradorite. Labradorite, I guess that's how you spell it. Then we have the Ace of Air, which would be the Ace of Swords with the arrow. And then we have Gemini, okay? So clearly this is talking about this new moon in Gemini with the Ace of Air here in Gemini. I think of the aces and sort of a new moon energy. That's how I'm going to clarify it in the deck that I'm making. And the South Node here, we have the full moon eclipse actually in your 8th house happening with the South Node. So it looks like the big energy for you is going to be the moons, the new moon, and the full moon eclipse. Okay, so let's start off with this one, okay? So we have the full moon eclipse in your 8th house, which is the house of other people's resources, okay? So other people's resources, funding, inheritance, and also intimacy, but this is kind of financial part of the reading, so we're going to focus on that area of it. So with the full moon eclipse, you might actually finally get a loan or get funded for some project that you do. Full moon is about the completion, and with eclipse, it probably is gonna bring you also some kind of a bit of a challenge to take over and to sort out before you can actually clear the access to this funding. Okay, so there might be some bureaucracy paperwork that you need to sort out here. Okay. With the Ace of Air or the new moon happening in Gemini in your 3rd house, we do have that. It's gonna happen on the end of the month, 30th of May, and it's gonna sextile beautiful conjunction that we have in your sign, dear Aries. We have Mars, the ruler of your sign, conjuncting Jupiter, which is great news. This is a sort of a kind of a mini new year for you. So where you're getting downloads and connecting with the Jupiter energy, which is the abundance and luck and opportunities. So Jupiter is moving into your sign, which is great news for you, dear Aries. So it's going to stay in your sign for the next year, okay? It takes about 1 year for Jupiter to actually make a circle around the Zodiac. So it's going to stay with you. It's going to bring you a lot of opportunities for abundance, for prosperity, property. I'm channeling here. Some of you might be interested in buying some new property here. I'm also getting that from that photo. All right, so this new moon here, like I said, it's in sextile, it's in positive aspect to this Jupiter conjunct Mars that is happening in your sign. So you are called to actually take action to initiate something with this new moon in your 3rd house. 3rd house or Gemini is naturally ruling communication. So if you have any project related to communication, anything, mercurial kind of jobs, this is a time actually that you plant a seed. Okay, so from 30th of May after the new moon, It's on that date we will have also the sextile to this conjunction of Mars and Jupiter in your sign, allowing you to take this lucky positive action towards creating something new. It might actually not be something new, just to clear that out of the way, because we do have Mercury in Gemini that's going to go retrograde. So what does retrograde mean? It means it can also bring about some old idea or some old project that you started in the past but you never finished. So that actually can be something that you want to kind of start anew at the end of the May. So Mercury retrograde, yes, some old ideas, some old ways of making money that might be renewed and installed in some kind of new manner here in the month of May. But let's clarify all that with the tarot to give you a bit more insight. Okay, dear Aries, as I shuffle, I would like to invite you that you comment down below what kind of content would you like me to create for you. Besides these monthly readings, I also do pick a card, so those are really fun to make. Oh my. Okay, one is on the floor. Let me just get it. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that one, the Hermit. My cat is at the window meowing. You can't hear her probably. Okay, so the Hermit here. So the Hermit is kind of you know, going within card, finding the answers within. Okay, so perhaps in the month of May, if you're unsure in what direction to go, and because this card with the Ace of Air or the Ace of Swords in this deck, it might be it's clarified that you might have a good idea, but you kind of look over it. You might not think it's such a good idea as it might be. So here I'm guided to say that you actually meditate on your ideas so that you can distinguish what card, what job or what idea could actually bring you abundance. Okay, here we have the King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I'm guided to say it's something you're passionate about, but perhaps you're not giving yourself this outlet to be passionate about your job. Okay, so it might be time to actually kind of be more playful in your job, be more inspired, maybe have a bit more like childlike approach and enthusiasm toward your work as well, because that's all affecting your line of work, whether you know it or not. Your energy really does affect. Okay, the Fool card. Okay, with the King of Cups here, clarifying. So what does this mean for you, dear Aries? Okay, the Fool card, it's actually a new opportunity that presents itself out of the blue, seemingly out of the blue. So I think this new moon in Gemini is gonna bring that to you, since it's underneath here. The new moon is gonna happen, like I said, on 30th of May. It might be really something. With the King of Cups here, I'm reminded again of the Jupiter in your coming in your sign. So this is some happy-go-lucky energy. You are invited here to take a leap of faith in the month of May towards a new direction. Okay, the only problem with the Fool card is, I mean, Fool card is generally a positive omen. The only problem is you might not feel ready to take a leap of faith, but the universe says you're ready. So your soul knows you're ready. So the only thing that's hindering this card is possible your inability to make a decision and take a new leap of faith. That might be taking your job to a different direction, introducing more people to your business. You might be reluctant to this kind of a new start that's presenting itself seemingly out of the blue. The Fool card is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is in your second house of money and resources, which we discussed in the past videos. How is that affecting you? But I'm here to remind you one more time, Uranus can really bring some sudden opportunities and growth in your finances, and you are invited with him to take a leap of faith and to trust that the outcome will be good, okay? And to manifest actually a good outcome. Outcome is as much as dependent on you as you know, everything else. Okay, so let's clarify a bit with the tarot here. Okay, so there is some new opportunity coming towards you in the month of May. We have here the Neptune, clarifying the Hermit. Okay, so again, I'm invited to invite you to meditate, because Neptune is normally ruling the 12th house. The 12th house, houses of meditation. Okay, so yeah. Mars sextile, like I said, Mars is in sextile to this new moon. This is again another clarification that we were and I was channeling this energy as Jupiter, so we actually have Mars sextile Jupiter here. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so this is just another confirmation how important this Mars and Jupiter conjunction is in your sign. That's happening at the end of the May, 30th of May. So utilize this energy. It will give you tremendous willpower to actually make something happen. With the sextile to the new moon means you have this probably unexpected opportunity in the third house of May, which would be communication and any kind of type of communication, internet communication, YouTube, blog, writing, whatever. You do have the opportunity, but sextile means you have to put in the effort. You know, if it was a trine, it's kind of like a blessing from the sky. But with sextile, it's actually you are the one who has to put in a bit of energy, not even too much, but just a bit to get this started. You know, Kickstarter. I'm getting channeling Kickstarter. If your project needs funding, like I said, with this full moon eclipse in your 8th house, that might be something that you can get. But you know, with the North Node in your 2nd house, you're mostly relying on your self-made resources, so you have that drive and the willpower to make anything happen. Just use it, okay? And don't be afraid of new beginnings. Take a leap of faith with the full card here. It will bring you joy, you know. All right, so let's move on to the love part of the reading. I really love this financial part and overall energy for you. So don't forget to meditate to actually bring about the results that you want to see manifest in the 3D reality. So for the love part of the reading, we have Durga, which is a beautiful protector card. We have the 6 of Earth, Pine, and we have creative intimacy. All right, Aries. So let me just tune in for a second here. Okay, so 6 of Pentacles I always take as equal give and take, and as a reminder how important it is in a relationship that we have equal give and take. You know, here on this card, the lady seems like she's just receiving, but she's actually offering her body as a platform to this artist to express himself. Okay, so I think this is equal give and take here. So why is equal give and take important in a relationship? Or in a partnership if you're looking for somebody new? The reason is if you give too much, okay? If you give too much, even if you're good-hearted, if you give too much, you don't receive anything in return, sometimes you have planted with that a seed of resentment in yourself, you know, and it's not even the other person's fault that it cannot reciprocate what you're offering, okay? But it's important for you with this as well, boundaries. I'm thinking this card here, to set clear boundaries and how much are you willing to give, you know. Like I said, balance of give and take is important in every relationship, and somehow I feel that in the past, perhaps some of you didn't have boundaries with your giving as well, or perhaps with receiving, there was some kind of imbalance over there. For some of you, this got sorted, okay? Because you have put some boundaries there, because you do have South Node actually transiting your 8th house, which is intimacy and also other people's resources. So again, perhaps some kind of boundary was made in either you accessing other people's resources or their gifts to you, or vice versa, whatever was in balance. So I'm guided here to ask you to work with the Durga energy. If there's any negative energy connected to you pulling your boundaries up, okay, so there's nothing wrong with having boundaries. That's part of the self-respect, and you know, anything and anybody who violates that, they're free to go out of your life. And you have actually preserved so much, dear Aries, with this Durga card showing up in your reading. It means to me that you have actually endured a lot in your love life, and you're still standing, and you kind of, you know, you're very, very strong, and you're very much in your power. And you can always work with Durga energy to give you even more strength and you know, faith in your abilities and in your creative outlet as well. Okay, for those of you who are with a partner, you're invited here for some creative intimacy. With the full moon eclipse in your 8th house, you can actually reach some perhaps tantric state. Okay, so full moon eclipse is happening on the 16th of May. So if you're having one-on-one time with your partner at the 16th of May, I recommend really using some tantric frequencies for actually that will give you kind of also, if you are like if you have too much boundaries with your partner, this full moon eclipse will allow you to actually dissolve these boundaries, perhaps that are necessary, that are in a way of creating intimacy. So you can really use this full moon eclipse to merge with one another in a completely different way, and in a completely energetic way, you know, not just physical. All right, but let's clarify all of this with tarot for you, just to have a bit more clarity, because these cards are not really so much connected, but I did manage to get you a story out of that. Channel 1. But on the first, you know, when I first pulled these cards, they were not very much connected to me. But okay, let's see. With Temperance in reverse, it's exactly the same thing, you know. Temperance is about equality again, and about moderation, and it's in reverse. Okay, so somebody was here giving to an access point or taking to an access point, where yeah, with the Devil card, and that was kind of leading to the negative energy between between you and your partner. Or if you're single, that's how it was in the past, and now you're kind of, you know, on your guard with a new partner, like having too much boundaries and too much walls around you to actually attract the perfect partner for you. So what can you do in the month of May to release yourself from that? Is to actually, like I said, work with Durga energy here. She can help you really burn out any negative energies. You can also, with the fire here, I'm guided to say, you know, it says paper here and things. If you are still kind of in the midst of some negative relationship that was kind of taking you out of your nice place and perhaps connecting you to some vices or whatever, etc., you can actually write perhaps a story. Okay, you can write a story. Upright, it will be okay. Write a story of experiences that hurt you, and you can just throw it in the flames. That's also part of the healing and releasing yourself from negative energy. Durga is all about fire energy, and here we have fire. So you can actually burn out any negativity that is kind of hindering you and keeping you in perhaps some attracting this low vibrational people into your life. So Devil here in reverse, that's a great sign for you that you're actually moving away from that. You have gathered a great strength and life experience for that, but you are ready actually, and you're running towards a new experience here with the Knight of Swords. He's running towards his bike, and he's ready to feel something new. Again, we have South Node, destined to release. Okay, so some of you are really releasing somebody in the month of May. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be some kind of experience that was kind of hindering you from progress. Of course, if you're in a really bad relationship where you're just giving and the other person's taking, this is perhaps something that you're destined to release, and something perhaps that you didn't have to deal with in the first place if you had boundaries set up right. But let's see, what else do we have here? Oh my, too many. Okay, I'll take them all, says, okay. remove that. Since we have 2 South Node cards here. Yeah, so I think this eclipse happening in your 8th house will be quite prominent energy that you will feel in the month of May. So yeah, it might, 8th house is also trauma, dear Aries. So if you have any emotional trauma, you can actually release some of that here with this devil in reverse. You can actually release some of that in the month of May. And this conjunction can help you, because I have seen this conjunction here right at the time as I was speaking, and this conjunction is in your sign. So Jupiter in your sign will really renew your energy level and your ability to actually stay strong, okay, and to move forward with your life. If you have just gotten out of the breakup or something, this is Jupiter will boost you very much, that you get through this very, very fast, and your friends will help you. We have here house 11 and Aquarius, so your friends will help you. Not so, I'm not telling, oh yes, your friends, your dear friends, like one-on-one friends, but also friend of a friend, or just going out where there's bunch of people, or online support. You know, you can actually just write somewhere on forum or whatever what's going on, and you will reach actually the support you need actually to move forward very, very fast. So I would actually rely on other people as well in the month of May to help you navigate this journey. And if you're single and this is in the past and something that you're kind of finishing the chapter here with, burning the old and going into the new, you're actually might meet somebody new very, very fast. Perhaps somebody who has a bike. It might be an Aquarius. It might be a Taurus. It might be a friend of a friend. It might be somebody you meet online. It might be even another Aries. And what else? Sagittarius, with this conjunction in your sign. Okay. And South Node is at the moment in Scorpio, so it might be a Scorpio. So those are the signs that I'm getting if you're single and you're looking for somebody new. But I think in the month of May, mostly you're dealing with yourself here, and transmuting this negative energy into positive and staying in your power. And if you're happy in a relationship that you're invited here to take this creative intimacy into a new level, and to really bond with your partner in some kind of new type of intimacy. That's happening with this full moon eclipse in your 8th house. You know, intimacy is not really built from sugary coated experiences. Sometimes it's actually built on this harsh reality or some trauma that you've been over, and you're sharing with your partner, and he shows some understanding for you. So that might be actually this invitation to actually talk about the things that have hurt you and that you're still processing your healing, and that might actually bring you to a whole other level suddenly with your partner here. Okay, so that's great news for you, dear Aries. Now let's tap into the last part of the reading, which is the answer of a specific question of yours and the guidance on it. Okay, so I'm gonna pull from this deck. So as I shuffle, I would like to invite you that you please think about that one question that you need advice and guidance on, and I will shuffle and I will read the answer straight from the book, dear Aries. Okay. Oh, that's way too many. Please try to focus on one question. If you're thinking about more, we have a lot of cards, and then we're not sure which answer is which. Again, not helping. Okay, joke aside. Okay, I'll shuffle one more. I think the candle just went out. I'm hearing the smoke. Okay, coming with spirit. Okay, I just needed to get up to get the card. Okay, that was it. All right, so we have hummingbird spirit. Be here now. That's your advice for whatever question you had. That's my favorite flower, by the way, hibiscus. And I love this bird. Always think of Pocahontas when I see this. Okay, so let's see. 34. Okay, where 34. Hummingbird spirit, be here now. The hummingbird's wings beat so swiftly it can hover in seemingly stillness as it drinks deeply from a flower. Hummingbird spirit comes to remind you that the beauty and the sweetness of life is in eternal now, the timeless present. Here and now, you are becoming the person you wish to have, the experiences you wish to have. Focus your energy on the flower before you, for what you desire is being provided. Yes, there are blossoms everywhere. The choices can be dazzling. Hummingbird spirit messages that you have no need to go about in search of something better, for all that you require and desire is before you. You will know this as you become still, feeling your connection to Spirit, who loves you unconditionally and will always provide for you. That's all I have for you in this reading, but you can also enjoy the readings I made for your rising sign and your moon sign as well. Thank you for sharing your time with me, wonderful Aries. It was a pleasure to read for you. Please comment what kind of videos would you like me to create for you and the impressions of this reading. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when my pick a card readings are out, and have a beautiful May.